Welcome back to Studio A for another quick tip. People often ask me, Joe, how do you set up your stuff out at a venue with all your lights, sparklers, uh, fog machines, haze machines, snow machines, flame machines, your lights, your speakers, your subwoofers? How do you run all that stuff without popping breakers in the middle of a show? And so the answer to that question is I keep myself an Excel spreadsheet, and I keep my track on every piece of equipment I have of how much amperage it uses and how many watts it uses. So let's dive right into that. I'll give you a quick rundown on it. So here's my studio where I test a lot of my equipment. And if we go over here, I'll show you some of the outlets that I have. And this is important to know. I'm gonna unplug this real quick, and I'm gonna show you here that I have two outlets here. So when you go to a venue, you could have a 15 amp outlet, which is only 15 amps and 1800 watts, or you could have a 20 amp outlet, and you'll know by the little notch right here. This is a 20 amp, and it's 2400 watts. So, and the trick about this one, 15 amp and a 20 amp, is to run it to the circuit breaker and make sure it's got the right breakers. Just because you see a notch here and you think, oh, this is 20 amp, that breaker could be a 15 amp. So you got to make sure this is going to be a 20 amp at the circuit, and then this one here is going to be a 15 amp. So here's another trick too. On this one, you got to look and see if it's running dual lines, because this could be over a 220 circuit instead of a 110. So, and if this is 20 amp running over a 220 circuit, well, you're going to get 4,800 watts out of this. You still get 20 amps, but you get more wattage out of it. And so wattage, if you exceed the wattage, let's say your speakers or whatever case may be, let's say down here using 15 amp, you got your speakers plugged into this thing and subwoofers. Well, this is 1,800 watts. So if you exceed that, will it pop the breaker? No. What it will do is it'll heat things up, and then eventually it will pop, and it will wear and tear your equipment down. So keep mindful. All right, so let's get quick to a demonstration. This is a nice little gadget you can get on Amazon, and this measures all your power and all your voltage and all your wattage. Let's plug that in. I do have my Fury Jet plugged in, and let's see what it's drawing. So this gadget does a lot of different things. We're going to go to voltage for the wattage and amperage. And as you can see right now, this Fury Jet has a heating coil. It's warming up. I'm running 5.5 amps to warm this up. So how many Fury Jets can I put on this circuit? Basically just 3. Because if I put 4, well, I'm going to exceed the 20 amps. I'm going to blow the fuse. All right, so my Fury Jet has warmed up, and here you can see it's like in a sleep mode, because the Fury Jet is warmed up. It's only drawing 0.80 just to keep things warmed up. But now when I use it, I'm going to press the button on the Fury Jet. I'm going to use the heating coil now. Well, I turned it off. Let me turn it back on. Here we go. I pressed the wrong button. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and shoot some fog. And if we go back to our meter, as you see, it's got to warm up the heating coil again. So keep mindful, keep an Excel spreadsheet on all your equipment. A good way for you DJs to do it is plug your entire sound system, your subwoofers, your amps, or whatever you have in your tops, plug it into an extension cord, put it all on one, and put it on this device here, and check what the amperage that you're drawing. That way, when you get out to a venue and you're cranking those speakers, you're not going to pop a breaker in the middle of your show and everything is ruined, and you screwed up the show. So it's important not to exceed the wattage, the voltage. And if you think you are, then you may want to separate and put one set of speakers on one outlet, and then find yourself another outlet that's under another breaker, and put your stuff in there. So I hope this tip was helpful. Something else I wanted to show you is if you go over here to max, you can set the alarm. So if let's say you want to know how much usage you're doing, and you want to know if you're getting close to exceeding, well, you can set the alarm for that, and that alarm just kind of gives you a red flag and let you know that you're getting close. And that way you know, you can better manage your equipment. So anyway, I hope this helps. Again, keep an Excel spreadsheet on all your equipment. Forget about what the manual says what your equipment is drawing. You don't know what you're drawing until you push those speakers and subwoofers and heat things up and draw the amperage. And this is going to save you from embarrassment from getting a pop in a circuit breaker in the middle of an event, and that doesn't look good. All right, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching.